Welcome to Azinga TV.
Obviously, the Kwaba channel will be. So, last year, a video talking about a Japanese document a circulated social media. On your TV, every morning show so much a interview hosting Addo na all church Japan a Japanese document no. Omo Troy, I fear Omo Troy, and other beneficiaries. Like, you know, my word documents moving na omo a favor omo. And I acquire omo per se omo rule in Ghana for many years. So that they are Ghana Japanese na be sure monsa. But you can't say same baby na same baby na enya. When NDC Deputy National Communication Officer Malik Basintale so ewo TV3 New Day Roland Walker interview no and also listed beneficiaries and now or more a Japanese document no like a benefit to omo like it's the Malik Basintale kind and also or listed the probably 19 ohwe so a omo boy and also the word document no the air cost CCR or yeah my Ghana no correct when MPP for be now back out with your man penny Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo kura abeka say document na no kura a fake so it's my woman na me engine so as a bisane say let assume say document na fake say fake na omo list your modin no the positions of manya I what document no over in reality ACC and na ekoso and also Ghana for busa say also and also fake and as say obviously me makasa na nyɛ tintin mo me kotie Malik Basintale list na ole omo a list your modin no le omo positions are omanya from the document no and in reality and the people na ka say a fake no mo me ko hembra obviously isem ne de edi enyan isem no esusun obviously mo me ko hembra sisi a ye ba to aso aha Azinga TV ye ba sisi a.
The first time I mentioned this document, yesterday I went through the clips and I saw the first time I actually mentioned a Japadie on this platform, TV3. It was in 2018. The video is available. And I told you by then that this document is the mindset of greed. It is the mindset of wickedness. It is the mindset of cruelty, selfishness, and how a particular family seek to will this country and the future of this country together with all its resources to their descendants as inscribed in the foreword of this particular Ijapadie document.
But we've had to do it as well as Gabi also come to dispute some of these.
I am particularly concerned because I am not the descendant of Nana Epienim Kaframa. I am not the descendant of Nana Kuntun Kununku. I am not the descendant of Nano Furipeni. My name is Basintale, and I am a descendant of Basintale. You are Rula Walker. You are a descendant of the Walker people. Together with all of us, including Mr. Jantua, is a descendant of the Jantua caucus. I don't find their name here. Does that mean all of us on this platform are not parts of the will of the future and the resources of this country? Does that mean? One, I listened to President Akufo-Addo say that the Japadie document had nothing to do with him. Preposterous. The things that have been enrolled
as a conspiracy
in the Japadie document could only be found in the mindsets of two people. One, Nanado. Two, Bawumia. Why do I say so? In 2018, how could we have predicted that EcoBank that has a seat, or Senate that has a seat at EcoBank, will finally see that their deputy CEO is upgraded into a CEO who is the son, and it is here. I wish to quote verbatim. The deputy CEO Senate, Kofi Bosompem Osafo-Maafo, the son of Osafo-Maafo. How could we have predicted, if indeed we wrote it, that Kofi Osafo-Maafo will be made the chief executive or director general of Senate and will be given a seat at EcoBank, so the government has full stakes in EcoBank? This particular thing happened 7 years after the Ijapade document first came into force. And who did that appointment? President Akufo-Addo. Number two, how could we have seen to it that the deputy Sankuma's wife will be lobbied, Madam Josephine Anna Nankuma, would finally be lobbied and made the CEO of EcoBank, Kenya, all because this document said they wanted to have international stakes and control over resources wherever they found themselves. Number three, how could we have predicted that indeed this government will finally print to a tune of 78 billion from the Bank of Ghana, all because they had their proteges. They had people they could control in persons of Addison, and illegally they could print this amount of money so they could save as a family. How could we have predicted that? How could we have predicted that Data Bank in 2022 will become the international financial advisor to all bonds that were issued in this country? How could we have predicted? But in this document, it told us that one of the grand schemes by this particular Nanado Bawumia family will be to skew and ensure that Data Bank becomes a transactional advisor to the government of Ghana.
Well, he says it should be dismissed. It's just a conspiracy.
How could we have predicted?
3 minutes on this.
How could we have predicted that Enterprise Group that belongs to Akufo-Addo will finally become the state insurer of all state assets in this country?
What do you mean by state insurer?
All state assets are being insured by Enterprise Group, and Enterprise Group belongs to Mr. Akufo-Addo. All, including state vehicles, are being insured by them. How could we have predicted? You see, what baffles my heart is that in this grand scheme of a Ijapade document, it speaks about how they were going to appoint their cronies, family and friends into office. Fast forward, even the latest is how President Akufo-Addo gave our ambulance spare part contract to his daughter, Jenkoma, to execute. So among 30 million Ghanaians, you couldn't find anyone to give this contract to other than your daughter. For the first time in the history of this country, and I have a list here, just 2 minutes so that I land on this.
Malik, wrap up.
In this state capture, this Kojo, Mr. Dankwa family, descendants of J.B. Dankwa who never even believed in the independence of this country, seek to first share positions among their family members. And what they did by first was that the president appointed his cousin, Nana Sentibedietu, as executive secretary. Now he even has 2 appointments as ambassador. The president appointed his Nana Bedietu's father, Kofi-Addo Asante, as chairman on the Gimpa Council. The president appointed Mrs. Vida Asante, who is the mother of Nana Sentibedietu, as the Ghana head of the president's household. The president appointed Kwesi Kutu Asante, the brother of Asante Bedietu again, as a board member of the hostels board. The president appointed Loretta Ochere, the sister of Nana Sentibedietu. So one Sentibedietu, his father, his mother, his brother, his sister, his son have all been appointed. I leave the Bedietu family. Akufo-Addo, president's cousin, was appointed finance minister. Samuel Atachia, who is the president's family, was appointed minister of works and housing. Kwesi Amakwata, who is the president's cousin again, was appointed minister for roads and highways. Duko Forata, who is the president's cousin, was appointed the senior presidential staffer. Gabi Asaro-Chedako, of course, didn't get an appointment, but we know who is the prime minister of this country.
No, you cannot say.
The wife of Gabi Asaro-Chedako was appointed a board member at GMPC. Mr. Eko Hackman, the brother of Gabi Asaro-Chedako's wife, was appointed board chairman of BOST. Rodlin Bafo-Jima, President Akufo-Addo's cousin, was appointed board member Gwel. Mr. Alex Bafo-Jima, the husband of Rodlin Jima, that is President Akufo-Addo's in-law, was appointed the board chairman of Ghana Gaming Commission. Nana Febia Oforiata was appointed the board chairman of the Ghana Theatre and National Theatre. I can go on and go on. One family, Nanado Bawumia, who has appointed his brother Mumini Bawumia the Interior Ministry. His sister Laraba was former NDA boss. She's now the gender minister. His wife's father, Mr. Ramadan, who is ambassador to Saudi Arabia. His wife's brother, Abu Ramadan, who is deputy CEO of NADMO. Why should this state capture occur at this particular time? And all these things, all these attempts to capture the will and assets of this country, especially through the Ejapadia resources, was orchestrated in this book and has been successfully implemented. So, Mr. Akufo-Addo
that's a conspiracy theory, and so it should be discussed.
Then whoever wrote this is more powerful than the mind of Mr. Akufo-Addo, because the person could read the brain of Mr. Akufo-Addo 7 years after this book first came into force. So they should stop that. Look, my worry, and to land on this, Roland, is that I'm a poor northern boy who seeks to progress the fortunes of this country. We have poor Voltarians watching us. We have poor Ashantis watching us. We have poor Benue people watching us. None of us are descendants of this JB Dankwa family. So please, an attempt to rail the future of this country means that me, my children, Mr. Jantue's children, your children, my brother's children, will not have any option than to finally go out of this country and struggle. Because the plans, evil plans of Mr. Akufo-Addo and Bawumia is to rail our resources and ensure that only their families continue to enjoy.
Thank you so much for watching. Kindly don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Stay safe till we meet in the next one. I love you and it's bye for now.